Our theme tonight is G7 pushes for higher PEs. For those of you who don't know what a PE is, it's a price-earnings ratio and expresses the relationship between a stock's earnings per share or a company's earnings and its market valuation. So the idea is the higher you can get the PE, the more the value of the stock can go up, and that's a critical issue in the game of economic warfare, because the countries whose stocks have the highest PEs gets the lower cost of capital and gets to buy everybody else cheap. Good evening. Welcome to the Slary Report. I'm Catherine Austin Fitz, and I'm delighted you could join me this evening. So the first is that there are no scandals. All of the stuff you're seeing about AP reporters and IRS is either trumped up or nothing new. What you're really seeing is an effort being made to get the old team at the IRS and the Department of Justice out and put in a team which is going to be able to lead what I refer to in the blog post as an escalation of the global financial war. What did we see? The weekend of May 11th, G7 had an emergency meeting in London. Minus Russia, it was G7, not G8. So Putin wasn't invited, and he's been kicking U.S. diplomats out ever since, clearly very irritated. We've been watching the G7 central banks buy mortgage bonds and equities for months and months and months, floating and keeping the bond and stock markets up. But now the hunt for capital is on because the explosion of balance sheets is getting a little uncomfortable. We knew that the tax havens were in the crosshairs already. Certainly we've watched Switzerland be targeted for 4 years and really brought under the jurisdiction of the United States, having to supply information for tax compliance. And literally, if anybody in Switzerland now wants to manage money for an American, as a practical matter, they really have to be SEC registered. So we watched the most powerful sort of money haven globally brought into compliance over the last 4 years, and now that that's done, it's easy for the Americans to move in on all the other tax havens. But we knew it was up before the G7 meeting because you saw a tremendous amount of leaks about the kinds of money that are in the offshore havens.